In Japan, wasting anything, food, money, time, or even potential, isn't just careless, it's shameful. There's a single word that captures this mindset: Mottainai. It means what a waste, but it goes far deeper than that. It's a quiet, powerful philosophy that has shaped how millions of Japanese people live, spend, and save, often without even realizing it. While much of the world glorifies consumption and convenience, Japan treats every resource with respect. People repair instead of replace, use things to their limit, and think twice before buying what they don't truly need. It's not about being cheap. It's about gratitude, balance, and responsibility. Mottainai turns ordinary habits into financial armor. It teaches that wealth isn't built by earning more, but by wasting less. And that's the hidden secret behind Japan's incredible ability to save money, live simply, and still maintain one of the most efficient lifestyles on Earth. This is how Japan's Mottainai philosophy builds wealth, without even trying. Mottainai is one of those words that doesn't translate perfectly into English, but its meaning carries incredible depth. At its core, it expresses regret over waste, whether it's wasting food, money, materials, time, or even potential. It's a feeling that says, this still has value, don't throw it away. In Japan, Mottainai isn't just a word, it's a way of living. It's a moral compass that shapes how people think about consumption and respect for resources. This mindset has deep roots in Japanese culture, influenced by centuries of scarcity, community responsibility, and Buddhist thought. For generations, Japan had to make the most of limited natural resources, which led to a culture of careful use and appreciation. Every grain of rice mattered. Every tool was worth maintaining. Every item had purpose beyond its immediate use. You see this attitude everywhere, from families who finish every bit of food on their plates to craftsmen who pour their hearts into making products that last decades. Even modern Japanese homes reflect Mottainai. Compact spaces with minimal clutter, everything with intention, nothing excessive. It's not about being frugal for the sake of saving money. It's about respect. Respect for the effort that went into making something, for the people behind it, and for the planet itself. In a world where consumerism tells us to replace instead of repair, to upgrade every year, and to treat convenience as king, Mottainai stands as quiet rebellion. It's the idea that real satisfaction comes not from owning more, but from valuing what you already have. And financially, this mindset changes everything. When you respect what you own, you automatically spend less. You take care of your possessions, make them last longer, and resist the constant pull of new. You eat what you buy, fix what breaks, and think before spending. Over time, those small decisions stack up, not as sacrifice, but as freedom. You end up with less clutter, less debt, and more peace of mind. Mottainai teaches a form of invisible wealth, one that isn't measured by possessions, but by control, mindfulness, and appreciation. It's the same mindset that helps Japanese households maintain strong savings rates even when salaries are modest. They're not obsessed with cutting corners. They're driven by a sense of purpose and responsibility. Respecting what you have doesn't just preserve your finances, it changes your relationship with money entirely. It transforms spending from an impulse into a decision, and ownership from a burden into gratitude. That's the essence of Mottainai, a quiet, powerful force that builds wealth not through greed, but through respect. If you walk through a Japanese neighborhood, you'll notice something subtle. Nothing looks disposable. Items that would be tossed out in other countries are repaired, repurposed, or given new life. This is the living expression of Mottainai, the belief that everything still has value, even after it's broken or worn. Repair isn't just a money-saving tactic in Japan. It's a cultural art form. The most famous example is kintsugi, the centuries-old technique of repairing cracked pottery with gold. Instead of hiding the flaws, the cracks are highlighted, transforming the item into something even more beautiful than before. It's a philosophy that says damage isn't the end of usefulness. It's part of the story. That same thinking applies to everyday life. Clothes are mended, electronics are fixed, and furniture is refurbished. People often repurpose containers, jars, and packaging rather than throwing them away. In a country with limited space and resources, reusing isn't just practical, it's a mindset of care and gratitude. This culture of repair naturally supports financial stability. When you fix instead of replace, you save money, yes, but more importantly, you break the habit of constant consumption. You stop seeing things as temporary or disposable, and that shift changes how you treat your finances. Instead of chasing the next purchase, you start preserving and improving what you already have. Western culture often equates newness with value. The latest phone, the latest car, the latest trend. Japan quietly proves the opposite. Value doesn't fade with time if something still works or still brings joy. That belief protects both your wallet and your mindset. You start to measure wealth not by how much you buy, but by how much you can sustain. Even companies in Japan reflect this philosophy. Many brands build products meant to last, not to be replaced every year. There's pride in craftsmanship, in longevity, and in earning a customer's trust for life. It's an ecosystem of respect, from maker to user, built on the understanding that nothing good should go to waste. On a deeper level, Mottainai teaches that repair is more than a financial act. It's a spiritual one. When you restore something, you restore your own sense of balance. You reconnect with effort, patience, and appreciation. It's wealth in a form money can't buy. The satisfaction of giving value back to something that still deserves it. The art of reuse and repair isn't about living cheaply. It's about living intelligently. It's how Japan has built a society that values sustainability over excess and long-term comfort over short-term pleasure. Every item kept, every product repaired is a quiet act of respect, and every one of those acts builds not just savings, but a culture of true, lasting wealth. Japan has perfected the art of living efficiently. In a country where space is limited and resources are precious, waste isn't just discouraged, it's culturally unacceptable. The Japanese approach to daily life is built around precision, mindfulness, and the simple belief that using only what you need leads to a better life. This mindset naturally turns into financial strength. Minimal waste means maximum savings, not through strict budgeting or deprivation, but through awareness. Japanese households plan meals carefully, buy in exact portions, and use every bit of what they purchase. Food waste, for example, is taken seriously. Leftovers are repurposed into new meals, and ingredients are fully utilized. The result? Less spending on groceries, less clutter in the fridge, and more respect for the effort that went into producing that food. The same principle applies to energy, clothing, and possessions. Lights are turned off when not needed. Clothes are worn for years, and items are repaired rather than replaced. Many people even repurpose packaging. Old boxes, jars, and containers find new uses around the home. This habit of extending the life of everything you own compounds into a lifestyle of quiet savings. Minimalism in Japan isn't about owning nothing. It's about owning wisely. Every purchase has a purpose, and that awareness prevents mindless spending. By focusing only on what truly adds value, people avoid the trap of consumerism that drains both wallets and energy. What's powerful about this approach is that it doesn't feel restrictive. When your life isn't full of waste, it feels lighter, simpler, and easier to manage. You spend less time maintaining things and more time enjoying them. You save money without trying, because waste simply doesn't fit into your habits. Western culture often associates saving money with sacrifice, skipping pleasures, or cutting corners. Japan shows that it can be the opposite. When you respect what you have and avoid waste, you naturally become wealthier. It's not about strict discipline, it's about balance. By eliminating what's unnecessary, every yen or dollar goes further. Minimal waste becomes the foundation for maximum freedom. In Japan, the phrase "buy once, buy well" isn't a marketing slogan, it's a philosophy. People here don't chase endless bargains or fill their homes with cheap products that wear out quickly. Instead, they spend thoughtfully, choosing quality items designed to last for years. This mindset saves more money over time than buying the cheapest option ever could. Japanese craftsmanship reflects this belief. Whether it's kitchen knives, denim, furniture, or even stationery, there's a deep respect for quality and longevity. Each purchase is seen as an investment, not an impulse. A well-made item isn't something you replace, it's something you maintain, cherish, and pass down. This approach flips the Western idea of frugality on its head. Being smart with money isn't about spending the least, it's about spending wisely. A salaryman might pay more for a durable pair of shoes, knowing they'll last 10 years instead of one. Over time, those decisions add up to real savings. Quality over quantity also prevents the emotional clutter that comes with cheap, disposable goods. When every item you own has purpose and durability, you value it more, and you buy less. The need for constant replacement disappears, and your lifestyle becomes simpler and more stable. There's also a sense of pride in using something well-made. Japanese people often take care of their belongings meticulously, polishing leather, maintaining tools, and cleaning items regularly. That care extends their lifespan, creating a natural cycle of respect and sustainability. Financially, this mindset is powerful. It eliminates wasteful spending disguised as deals and replaces it with intentional investment. Over years, that shift builds real wealth. Instead of chasing short-term savings, Japanese households build long-term value. Spending smart isn't about denying yourself luxury, it's about redefining it. True luxury is owning fewer things that serve you well. It's the comfort of knowing you don't need to keep buying because what you have already works perfectly. Japan has mastered that balance, thoughtful consumption that creates lasting comfort, stability, and quiet financial strength. The most powerful part of Japan's Mottainai philosophy is that it doesn't chase wealth, it attracts it. By living with awareness, gratitude, and respect for resources, Japanese people build financial security almost by instinct. It's not driven by greed or strategy, it's simply the natural result of a mindful way of living. In Japan, money management isn't treated as a hustle, it's treated as a habit. People grow up understanding that small actions matter. Turning off the lights when leaving a room, finishing every grain of rice, maintaining possessions. These behaviors are so ingrained that they don't feel like saving money. They're just part of everyday life. But over years, those habits quietly compound into stability and freedom. This mindset works because it flips the focus from earning more to valuing more. Instead of obsessing over income, the emphasis is on reducing waste and making the most of what you already have. That shift removes pressure and builds consistency. When you value your time, money, and belongings, you automatically become more thoughtful about how you use them. What's unique about this philosophy is that it doesn't require extreme discipline or strict rules. You don't need to track every penny or sacrifice comfort. By being intentional, by treating everything as having worth, financial control happens naturally. You spend less, waste less, and appreciate more. This is why Japan's average household savings rate remains higher than in many Western countries, even though wages aren't necessarily higher. The system is psychological before it's financial. When waste feels wrong, saving feels right. For Western audiences, this mindset is a reminder that wealth doesn't come from constant growth or endless upgrades. It comes from slowing down, taking care of what you own, and understanding that enough is a powerful word. When you stop chasing more, you give your money and your mind space to breathe. Mottainai is the invisible wealth builder. It doesn't require fancy strategies, risky investments, or perfect timing. It's about alignment, aligning your habits with respect, simplicity, and purpose. Over time, those small, consistent decisions form a financial foundation so strong that wealth becomes the natural byproduct. That's the quiet genius of Japan's approach. No show, no stress, no shortcuts, just a mindset that builds wealth by living wisely every single day. Japan's secret to building wealth isn't found in high salaries or risky investments. It's found in mindset. The Mottainai philosophy turns everyday choices into long-term financial strength. It's about respect for what you earn, what you own, and what you use. By living simply, avoiding waste, and valuing quality, Japanese people build stability without even trying. In a world obsessed with more money, more stuff, more speed, Japan quietly proves that less can be powerful. Wealth doesn't have to be loud. It doesn't have to come from chasing trends or taking risks. It can come from small, steady, intentional actions repeated every single day. So maybe that's the real lesson of Mottainai. If you stop wasting and start appreciating, if you care for what you already have instead of always wanting more, wealth begins to grow naturally, not just in your bank account, but in your life.